Yeah, I think the narratives that we get from fiction they're very confusing to people. Particularly people that are very romantic. They have these ideas that their life is going to be like one of their favorite films, and that's what they're looking for. They're holding out. They're holding out for when the music plays and the close up is there,
and those stories stop. Going back to this guy Lando Bottoni, wrote a lovely book on this. The trouble with those films and those stories, they stop when the people fall in love and get together.
Yeah.
That's when it starts. That's when the tough stuff starts that we could do with some good, strong fictional frameworks to sort of absorb. That's when the tough stuff. It's like death. It's the same thing, isn't it? We've kind of lost touch with the cultural narratives around death that gave it some meaning. So now when it happens, it's just this absurd, scary thing that we don't know what to do with. The only narrative we have absorbed, I guess, is that of the brave battle that someone's fighting, which is so unhelpful for the person that's in that situation. Makes everyone else maybe feel better, but just adds like eventual failure and letting everyone else down to this person's burdens. Whereas what we should feel in that at that time is, that this is when we can if we have the opportunity to bring our stories to some kind of ending. If you watch a film or read a book, that final scene makes sense of everything that's happened before. This doesn't happen in life; it just kind of ends. So we should be like author of our stories more than at any point before death. And if we have the opportunity, what happens is the opposite. We become like cameos in this story. The main characters are our loved ones or the doctors or people making all these decisions, and we kind of get sidelined. So, these fictional or mythical stories, just these things that just give us a sense of where our experience fits into a wider sense of meaning. We've kind of lost touch with that the last couple of 100 years, and there's a lot of good stuff that's come with that because we've embraced, science and knowledge at the expense of superstition, of course. But we've kind of lost touch of something. So
we've lost a little bit of touch with nature and the natural laws of things living and dying. And I think we as human beings today are probably more alienated from particularly like the death of farm animals and things along those lines, like where our food comes from, like actually seeing death. Even if your dog is sick, you bring him to the vet puts them down. All these things that people probably experience firsthand for hundreds and hundreds of years, particularly like raising animals. And that is just completely removed from the equation for most folks.